Emil Davis went to Newport High School.
From my freshman year to sophomore year, and then I ended up transferring over to Interlake and finished off at Interlake High School.
Aaron Coslow went to Newport.
I attended Newport High School for 1 year, but only one semester of taking the core classes. After the first semester, I just took art and PE at Newport in the morning.
And Shamari Jones has worked with Newport for 6.5 years.
In my 6+ years, it's remained really static with maybe a point or a half a point increase or decrease, but I mean, that's nothing but a couple of students here and there.
Newport High School has that outside perspective described earlier, but what's really going on inside the school?
When it comes to diversity at Newport, I just wasn't feeling it. I felt like there was a really small percentage of African Americans at the time, and it kind of made me feel like I was kind of left out. And then also there was just a lot of cliques going on.
I kind of just went to Newport because I thought that I was kind of hoping for the best because all my friends were there, so I was kind of hoping that I can make it work. But, within the first half of that 1 year, I kind of knew that it wouldn't be best for me.
I've seen a flat line in racial diversity as it pertains to our minoritized groups of people. I've seen a uptick in the amount of Asian students that are now attending the Newport catchment area.
So we're here live at Newport High School. I emailed the principal of Newport High School, Dion Yehudi. She declined to participate in this interview. I also emailed the superintendent, Ivan Duran. He denied my request as well. After just one semester of core classes, Aaron knew that Newport was not for him.
Just in general, I knew immediately that the workload and I guess just expectations from your teachers were going to be quite high for freshmen in high school, and so from there we were kind of looking for alternatives for the second half of that year.
Although Emil has not experienced anything racist within the Bellevue School District or at Newport, people do judge him because of his skin color.
I honestly have not experienced any racist things other than being a black kid, an African American growing up in Bellevue, because people assume that I'm not from Bellevue since I'm black.
Throughout his tenure within the Bellevue School District, Shamari also notes that the demographic for African Americans at Newport has not gone above 2%.
This year it might be 2.3%, not tremendously more in the population. And then next year, it might be because of our graduating class and maybe no new freshmen coming in, it might be back to 2 or 1.9%, right? So it'll ebb and flow between, 1.5 and 3.
In the end, Aaron hopes the school is more accommodating to students.
I guess maybe more breaks in the middle of school just to give, because the 8 to 2 or 8 to 3 I think it was for school hours would be a long load, and then all the extracurricular after that.
Emil hopes that the school only gives the students the basics to graduate.
With all this schooling going on, high school, I feel like the classes should have been shorter. I feel like we did not need to have all these 7 periods. If anything, we needed the basics, which is math, science, and English. That's all I literally thought we need.
And Shamari wishes that the Bellevue School District as a whole would hire more administrators that look like the students who go to these high schools.
What I would love to see happen is an influx and an increase in our intention of hiring staff that look like the students that we have at minimum.
In Pullman, I'm Kuria Pounds, Murrow News 8.